the big cameras came out, and I just said, leave him some dignity, would you? Off.
For decades, Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne have been one of rock and roll's most legendary and electrifying power couples. Their epic love story has survived scandal, devastating habits, and even near-death experiences. But now, as Ozzy faces the most excruciating battle of his life, Sharon is making a gut-wrenching and heartbreaking decision. One that could shake the very foundation of their union. But could this really be the final curtain call for one of music's most enduring love stories? And what does goodbye really mean for Sharon? Her career, her marriage, or something even more devastating? Join us as we expose the latest developments, uncover hidden truths behind Sharon's shocking decisions, and explore what the future holds for the legendary Osbourne family. The love story that survived everything. Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne's love story is nothing short of a rock and roll ballad, complete with high notes, low notes, and the occasional smashed guitar. How these two managed to survive decades of chaos is a mystery almost as confounding as Ozzy's lyrics. But through it all, they've proven that love, no matter how loud or messy, can survive just about anything. The year was 1970. Sharon Arden was just 18. A teenager with big hair and even bigger ambitions. Her father, Don Arden, was managing a little band you might have heard of, Black Sabbath. Ozzy Osbourne was the band's eccentric frontman with a voice that could shatter glass. Their first meeting wasn't exactly love at first sight. In fact, it was more like two people on completely different planets, orbiting around each other with equal parts fascination and chaos. Fast forward nearly a decade, and things started to heat up. By then, Ozzy had been fired from Black Sabbath for, well, being Ozzy. His substance misuse issues had spiraled out of control. He spent 3 months holed up in a hotel room, reportedly under the influence of every substance known to man. But guess who came to the rescue? Sharon. With what can only be described as the patience of a saint and the determination of a manager who smelled potential, she pulled him out of his self-destructive haze and got him back on track. Sharon didn't just help Ozzy recover. She also became his manager in 1979. And let's be honest, if there's one thing Sharon knows how to do, it's manage chaos. Under her guidance, Ozzy launched his solo career with the 1980 hit single Crazy Train, which became an anthem for headbangers everywhere. It was clear that Sharon had been his guiding light long before their relationship turned romantic. If Ozzy was the wild storm, Sharon was the lighthouse steering him back to shore. But while Sharon was helping Ozzy rebuild his life and career, there was one small complication. Ozzy was married. But did it stop Sharon and Ozzy from falling head over heels for each other? Not even a little bit. Their love story barreled forward like a speeding freight train. Or perhaps a crazy train. Once Ozzy finalized his divorce from Thelma Riley, the couple wasted no time tying the knot. On the 4th of July, 1982. Because what's more American than a British rock star getting married on Independence Day? Sharon and Ozzy said, "I do," in Hawaii. It was the beginning of a partnership that would endure decades of highs and lows. But let's not sugarcoat it. Sharon and Ozzy's marriage has been anything but smooth sailing. Cheating scandals? Check. Substance misuse issues? Check. Legal troubles? Double check. But through it all, they've managed to maintain a refreshing honesty about their struggles. They never pretended to be perfect, which is probably why fans adore them so much. In 2002, the world got an all-access pass to the madness when The Osbournes premiered on MTV. The reality show gave viewers a front-row seat to their chaotic yet oddly endearing family dynamic. Watching Sharon keep Ozzy in line while he mumbled his way through life became must-see TV. But make no mistake, this wasn't just entertainment. It was proof that their love could withstand anything, even cameras capturing their every move. Now, here's the million-dollar question. Why did Sharon stick around? She knew what she was getting into from day one. Ozzy wasn't exactly hiding his issues, if anything. He wore them like a badge of honor. So why marry a man who seemed more broken than whole? Was she hoping she could save him? Did she see potential where others saw chaos? Or maybe Sharon just loved him in a way that defied logic or reason? In a world where celebrity marriages often last about as long as a TikTok trend, their story isn't perfect. It's messy, loud, and full of heartbreak. But maybe that's what makes it so compelling. It's not about fairy tale endings. It's about fighting for love, even when the odds are stacked against you. A love that defies logic. Every epic love story has its fair share of turbulence, but Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne's story is more of a roller coaster on steroids. In 1989, Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness himself, took his rock and roll lifestyle to a dangerous extreme. Under the influence, he was arrested for attempting to strangle Sharon. He tried to end his own wife. According to Sharon, Ozzy told her, "I've decided you have to go," before lunging at her in an attempt to strangle her. She called the police, and Ozzy was promptly arrested. Now, most people would take this as a sign to run far, far away. But not Sharon. Instead of pressing charges, she allowed him back into her life after he completed a 3-month stint in rehab. Naturally, this decision didn't sit well with many onlookers, but Sharon had her reasons. Or at least some kind of logic that only she understands. What really left people scratching their heads was Sharon's decision not to press charges. Instead, Ozzy was sent to rehab for 3 months. When asked about it later, Sharon shrugged it off with a line that could only come from her. He was totally insane from all the drink and substance he was doing, and, well, these things happen. These things happen? Sure, Sharon. For most couples, things are forgetting an anniversary or leaving the toilet seat up. Not attempted murder. Or what do you think? Fast forward to 2022, Ozzy publicly addressed his past behavior in a rare moment of accountability. "I wasn't exactly Mr. Prince Charming when I drank booze," he admitted. In a heartfelt Facebook post, he confessed to being in a very dark place and acknowledged that he had been terrible to his family and loved ones. It was a step in the right direction, or so everyone thought. Just when it seemed like things were stabilizing, Ozzy managed to throw another grenade into their relationship. In 2016, news broke that he had been unfaithful to Sharon, engaging in a 4-year affair with his former hairstylist, Michelle Pugh. 4 years. That's not a fling. That's practically a second marriage. This wasn't a one-time lapse in judgment. This was a full-blown double life. Sharon was understandably devastated, but once again chose forgiveness over separation. "When I found out about the hairdresser, I couldn't believe it," she said. "He was doing it to fill the void in some way." "A void? Really? Most people fill voids with hobbies or therapy, not hairstylists. If that's not commitment, what is?" Ozzy, for his part, described the affair as a bump in the road during an interview and vowed to get back on track. Sharon echoed his sentiment, saying, "I forgive. It's going to take a long time to trust, but we've been together 36 years, 34 of marriage. I just can't think of my life without him." After all the drama, the attempted murder, the substance misuse, the infidelity, what do you think Ozzy and Sharon did next? By 2017, the couple decided to hit the reset button on their marriage. On Mother's Day, they renewed their wedding vows in Las Vegas. Ozzy gushed about the occasion, calling it their real wedding day, and declaring his love for Sharon in no uncertain terms. "Without Sharon, I'm nothing," he said. "I made a huge mistake. I have never loved anybody other than my wife." It was a heartwarming moment that felt like a fresh start for the couple. Or at least as fresh as you can get when your relationship history includes so many nightmares. As if their love story hadn't already defied every conceivable challenge. The Osbournes are now facing perhaps their toughest battle yet. Ozzy's declining health. While their relationship has survived scandals and betrayals that would have ended most marriages 10 times over. This new challenge has left fans wondering if even Sharon's bottomless well of patience and resilience has its limits. With news of Ozzy's declining health making headlines, one has to wonder, could this be the one challenge they can't overcome together? A battle against time. The Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, has spent decades defying the odds, whether it's biting the heads off bats, surviving wild on-stage antics, or enduring more injuries than a stunt double on a bad day. But in recent years, Ozzy has been fighting a battle that no stage dive or power chord can fix: his health. And now, his wife and partner in crime, Sharon Osbourne, has shared some heart-wrenching news. The trouble began in 2019 when Ozzy was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, a progressive neurological condition that can make even the simplest tasks feel like scaling Mount Everest. True to form, Ozzy didn't immediately share the news with the world. It wasn't until 2020 that he and Sharon went public with his diagnosis, revealing that the disease was discovered after a nasty fall in his home. That fall not only left him shaken, but also dislodged metal pins in his neck from a 2003 ATV accident. Ozzy has been walking around with literal metal in his neck since the early 2000s. If that doesn't scream rock and roll, we don't know what does. Recalling the ordeal, Ozzy said in 2020, "I did my last show on New Year's Eve at the Forum. Then I had a bad fall. I had to have surgery on my neck, which screwed all my nerves. And just like that, the man who once bit the head off a bat was now grappling with a very different kind of battle." Sharon, ever the optimist, or at least trying to be, reassured fans at the time that Parkinson's wasn't a death sentence. "There's so many different types of Parkinson's. It's not a death sentence by any stretch of the imagination," she said. "But it does affect certain nerves in your body. It's like you have a good day, and then a really bad day. Unfortunately, those really bad days seem to have become more frequent. Fast forward to 2024, and things have taken a turn for the worse." In an emotional interview, Sharon revealed that Ozzy can no longer walk due to the progression of Parkinson's. "It's not something you can stabilize," she said. "It affects different parts of the body, and it's affected his legs." Ozzy himself opened up about his struggles on the Osbournes podcast, describing how walking has become an uphill battle, literally. "My feet feel like I've got bricks tied to them when I'm walking," he explained. "My feet feel like I've got diving boots on when I'm walking." For someone who once strutted across stages around the world with devil-may-care swagger, this is nothing short of heartbreaking. As Ozzy's health continues to decline, Sharon has found herself at a crossroads, one that could lead her to make some of the toughest decisions of her life. Over the years, Sharon has worn many hats: TV personality, business mogul, manager extraordinaire, and, of course, Ozzy's fiercest advocate. But with all that is going on, could this mean she's ready to trade red carpets for quiet nights at home? While she hasn't explicitly said she's stepping back from her career, the writing seems to be on the wall, or at least scribbled in eyeliner on a backstage mirror. Her exit from The Talk after a public controversy only fueled speculation that she might be preparing for a quieter life outside of television. But could Sharon be going even further? Some sources suggest she might leave Hollywood altogether, a move that would mark the end of an era for one of entertainment's most iconic couples. So, is she saying goodbye to the limelight? Would she really give up the career she fought so hard to build? Or is she bracing for something even more devastating? The truth is, no one knows for sure, not even Sharon herself. Sharon says goodbye. In the world of rock and roll, where legends are forged in the fires of chaos and guitar riffs, few names shine as brightly as Ozzy Osbourne. But even the Prince of Darkness himself has to face the inevitable. As his health takes center stage, Ozzy is preparing for what Sharon Osbourne has dubbed his full stop. let's get one thing straight. Ozzy Osbourne is not the type to go gently into that good night. The man has dodged more bullets than an action movie hero and lived to tell the tale, although with a few colorful expletives thrown in. Despite his ongoing health struggles, Ozzy has made it clear that he's not ready to hang up his microphone entirely. I can't walk, but you know what I was thinking over the holidays? For all my complaining, I'm still alive, he told listeners recently. But while Ozzy dreams of performing until his very last breath, Sharon, ever the voice of reason in their rock and roll soap opera, has taken a more pragmatic approach. She knows that Ozzy's health must come first, even if it means saying goodbye to their high-octane lifestyle. But don't mistake her realism for resignation. Sharon knows how much performing means to Ozzy, and she's determined to help him bow out on his own terms. Mark your calendars for summer 2005, because Ozzy is hitting the stage one final time for a Black Sabbath reunion show. The original lineup, Ozzy, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward, will share the stage for the first time in 20 years. And if Sharon is to be believed, and let's face it, she usually is, this will also be the last time they ever perform together. But don't expect pyrotechnics and stage dives from Ozzy this time around. His health may limit his mobility, but Sharon promises that his voice is as strong as ever. He'll make up for his lack of mobility with music, she assured fans, and really, isn't that what we're all here for? The voice that gave us Paranoid, War Pigs, and countless other anthems still has plenty of magic left in it. The upcoming Black Sabbath reunion show isn't just about nostalgia, it's about closure. It's about giving Ozzy and his fans a chance to celebrate a career that has spanned more than 5 decades. From his early days with Black Sabbath to his wildly successful solo career, Ozzy has left an indelible mark on the world of music. And now, he's ready to take his final bow. But don't expect this to be a somber affair. If there's one thing we know about Ozzy, it's that he doesn't do anything halfway. This will be a celebration of everything he's accomplished. A night filled with electrifying music, heartfelt moments, and probably a few surprises. After all, this is Ozzy Osbourne we're talking about, the hunting question. With all the buzz surrounding Ozzy Osbourne's health, fans have been busy piecing together theories that are, let's be honest, as wild as a Black Sabbath guitar solo. From cryptic Instagram posts to family dynamics playing out in the public eye, speculation has been running rampant, and some of it is downright hard to believe. Take Jack Osbourne, for example. The ever-dutiful son has been stepping up behind the scenes to support his legendary father. Meanwhile, Kelly Osbourne hasn't been shy about sharing how heart-wrenching it's been to watch Ozzy battle his health challenges. Naturally, this has led some fans to wonder if Sharon Osbourne's recent comments about goodbyes might actually be a metaphorical passing of the torch. Could she be preparing to hand over the reins of Ozzy's care to her children while she takes a step back? It's a juicy theory, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Sharon Osbourne, the queen of multitasking and the ultimate rock and roll matriarch, isn't exactly known for stepping away quietly. This is a woman who's managed careers, family drama, and reality TV cameras with the finesse of someone juggling chainsaws. Is she really ready to let go? Or are we all just reading too much into a few emotional moments? Of course, fans being fans, the internet is ablaze with opinions. Some are convinced this is Sharon's way of gracefully exiting stage left, while others believe it's just another chapter in the endlessly fascinating Osbourne saga. One thing's for sure, when it comes to this family, nothing is ever as simple as it seems. So, what do you think? Is Sharon truly passing the torch, or is this just a big misunderstanding fueled by overzealous speculation? Share your thoughts in the comments. We're dying to hear your take. After all, when it comes to the Osbournes, the only thing predictable is the unpredictability. Thanks for watching, fam. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Before you leave, you should check out the next video that pops up on your screen.